Uh-oh, new haircut. Wave check. Had to come back spinning on it. Holy shit. Ever since I was little, I always had 3 fears: snakes, heights, and white women. But above those, there was one fear that transcended the 3. And that was the fear of ending up like everyone else. I've always noticed that generally speaking, younger people are more ambitious. I've always attributed that to people conforming to society's standards of maturity. As you get older, you take on more responsibility so you can become a well-adjusted adult. By itself, this is not an issue. I believe the issue arises when you're forced to sacrifice too much. I think that a lot of us have inherently known what our purpose is. Since I was 8, I knew I was supposed to be a YouTuber. But as I got older, I started to give up. My mom has cancer and my dad's a deadbeat psychopath. If I don't figure something out, I'm fucked. Looking around the city of Detroit makes me sad. This was once the richest city in America. Now 41% of the population lives below the poverty line. You can already see that people have given up. Don't get me wrong, the city is definitely still full of soul, but at the same time, the people know they are never getting out of here, and they've accepted it. And that's what I'm most afraid of, giving up. Even the kids out here have accepted that they're never getting out of this bitch. Right now, half of my friends are either doing drugs or committing felonies, and that is not hyperbole. These niggas are crash out specialists. I've been studying to become a software engineer and a data scientist, and it's honestly been some of the most grueling work I've ever had to do in my life. But it will all be worth it next year when I'm making 10K a month. I really try not to bitch and complain about my life because 1, it does absolutely nothing for you, and then 2, there's always somebody that's got it worse. I low-key used to be one of those depressed kids. I was one of the philosophical, nothing means anything types, but I was never one of those people that have a minor inconvenience and say, I'm gonna kill myself. If you make jokes like that, you actually should. Statistically speaking, I am supposed to fail. My mom has cancer. My dad's a deadbeat felon and I live in Detroit. But for whatever reason, I still believe I can make it. I have been insanely unlucky in so many different ways, but I've also been unbelievably lucky in just as many. My mom was able to make decent money despite her illness, and because of that, she was able to give me a decent childhood. I was also born in America, and whether or not you believe in the American dream, you can generally agree that being poor in America is significantly better and grants you way more opportunities than being poor in the third world. It's one thing to try to make it out of Detroit, but if you're trying to make it out of butt-fuck Cambodia, bro, you've got no shot. Detroit is actually recovering too. Within the next 10-20 years, I really do see this city turning around. People are definitely still struggling, and a lot of niggas need help like right now, but at the same time, the city's still full of soul, bro. You can't take that away from it. Another way I've been ridiculously lucky is with the internet. I don't have a bunch of subscribers or anything like that, but I've met so many fucking cool people through the internet. And I even got in contact with Sneeko about 2 years ago. And back then he used to make really good artistic videos. He was genuinely one of the best YouTubers on the platform before he kind of destroyed his PR. Basically, how he discovered me is he had this Patreon, and like if you subscribe to a certain tier, he'll react to your videos on stream and give you criticism and shit, right? So I sent him my video, right? And him in the chat was fucking with me heavy. It's happened. And then these dumbass niggas that try to tell you that COVID is 5G. Niggas will ignore concrete evidence just so that they can feel special. Like this whole spiritual journey thing is nothing more than an ego trip combined with an existential crisis. Modern spirituality...
Big facts. But like, I'm still kind of one of those guys, but still big facts.
Is nothing new.
See, this is the first like commentary channel that's not trying to be like, I'm gonna just do it. Wake up every morning and brush your teeth, and this is what you should do to be a good person. He's like actually talking about something that bothers him. That's like he's been boiling up inside. He wants to get this. He really wants to talk about this shit. Yeah, I'll give him a W already. I like it.
And after the stream, he followed me and DM'd me on Twitter. He even ended up subscribing to my channel, and sometimes he'll react to my videos on stream without me even asking, like just completely surprised, like, here's a shout out. Sneeko a real ass nigga. Like, even though I don't agree with like a lot of the shit he says and a lot of his retarded ass takes, he's always gonna be one of my favorite YouTubers, bro. Like, I mean, and at the time, like, think about it like this. I was 16 to 18, right? Like, from the time he was subscribing to my channel, I was 16 to 18. Imagine your favorite YouTuber subscribing to your channel, you 16, 18 years old. And at the time, that was absolutely insane. Imagine from the time you are 16 to 18, your favorite YouTuber was a fan of you. Insanity. And that's why I so strongly believe that I will not fail. I cannot fail. even though the odds are severely stacked against me, I still believe that God has blessed me with a lot of intellectual potential, but at this moment, all it is potential. And if I fail to capitalize on that potential, I'm never going anywhere. I have to work unbelievably hard in order to get out of here. And that's just the way it is.